Hey, welcome back everyone. Today we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. It's actually something I haven't done in a while, but I thought it'd be a good time to do it. So today I'm actually going to be reviewing a technology grading company. And why am I doing it? I think it's a good time. Like, people are always exploring other kind of options as far as grading goes. People are always trying to find the next best thing. And so I thought, you know what, now's a better time than ever. And you know, there's a couple companies obviously that I have in mind, but today we're going to go through and review TAG, or Technical Authentication and Grading. I went ahead and bought a couple of their slabs, so we're going to look through those. But I'm going to kind of go through the whole website, kind of take you through the grading reports, and then see what we find. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do enjoy some of my content, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll keep doing things, like I said, if it's helpful. And then without further ado, let's jump into this. Hey, so if you guys like reviews like this, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. It's completely free and easy to just go down below and hit the little thumbs up thing and hit subscribe. And it's really going to help me continue to kind of just do more reviews and other things for you guys as well. So let's not waste any time and just get into it. So once again, I've been seeing just a lot of feedback and comments in other people's videos talking about how like technology and AI is really the only way to go as far as grading goes. Mainly because of the belief that AI and technology is not going to make the same mistakes as somebody like myself or an actual professional grader is going to make. I can tell you, however, from the last couple of videos I've made with AI, that AI absolutely makes mistakes. There's also a thought that AI and technology is not just going to have like a bad day and take it out on you. Unlike that one PSA grader whose girlfriend left him for his dad before his shift. So I decided, hey, you know what, let's just review some of these companies and kind of like see what happens. Once again, we're going to start with TAG today. Why not HGA? Well, it kind of turns out the HGA was just using like super high resolution scanners, blowing it up and having people kind of pick apart your cards in sections. So yeah. Alright, so TAG. So these guys have been getting a fair amount of attention. I thought, you know what, it's a good chance for me to take a look and see what all the buzz is about. So here on their website, you can see that the company's been talking about how they've been in the making for over a decade now, so over 10 years. They also promise to give you transparency, accuracy, and consistency. Oh, it's true. It's absolutely true. So first thing I noticed is that there is a ton of marketing on this site. Supplies, swag, submission kits, digital grading reports, because how else would you deliver it nowadays? It'd be kind of cool, honestly, if there was like a carrier pigeon. And let's not forget the most critical piece, which is boasting a 1,000-point grading system. 1,000-point grading system. 1,000-point scale. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but SGC used to do a 100-point scale and everybody absolutely hated them. So I cannot imagine what 1,000 points is going to look like. But we're going to find out. They've also been granted 4 US patents and have applied for over 135 more. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see what those patents are about. So first impression is this website was completely led and head by marketing. There's really not a whole lot on here besides product and also buzzwords and features. Photometric stereoscopic imaging. Basically, it scans your image in multiple different lighting patterns and stuff like that to see what reflects, so that you can see like, you know, what's on the surface. Ideally, it is still calibrated by people. But either way, let's kind of move on to the cards. So I bought this 2002 Topps Rookie Cup Ichiro, graded a Gem Mint 10, 950 was a score out of 1,000, off eBay for $39 as one of the test subjects. So I kind of see what they did here. So it appeals to everybody then. You got the 950 score, or you can equate that to a 9.5. Or if you like 10s and you like collecting 10s, they got that on the slab too. But hey, you know what? You can't really hate marketing for doing their job. So let's pull up the grading report, shall we? Let's scan this little barcode, see what happens here. So, alright, so here you see the card grade itself, and you also kind of see where it ranks, the population report, the number yours was graded per that particular card, all that kind of stuff. So a good stat sheet, just overall if you wanted to kind of keep track of that kind of stuff. And then now you see a nice high resolution scan of your card. There's also a filter slide here where you can basically turn the card completely transparent and then move it back all the way to the color. It's like having all the Instagram filters at your fingertips. Not really sure what the purpose of that is, but it's definitely a cool feature if you like that kind of stuff. Feature dumping. It would honestly make more sense if the flaws were like more visible as you slid the slider. It probably is, but it's really tiny. But you know, it would make more sense if all the things showed up, but whatever. Next, you have a scan of the back, which allows you to do the same stuff with the filter. Then this next section kind of reminds me of trigonometry class, which I didn't enjoy at all. And it kind of reflects the overall score 950 right there in the middle for you. Then there's little indicators of where the flaws are. But it does give you a precise centering measurement, which is really, really cool. Because if you're using Grademaster Tool, if you're using a ruler and stuff like that, unless you're just really good at math, you're not going to get the exact stuff. I used the software that came with my microscope, which is really cool. So, you know, I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff if you're a nerd. So the next section looks like it's the 1,000-point scale, explained to you in a bunch of numbers. My honest opinion, just kind of looking at this, is quite complex. I really don't understand why it needs to be so complex as far as some of the data points go. Like if you just provided this kind of data in a more comprehensible or easy format, I think it'd be really, really cool. This is just a lot. I don't know, what do you guys think? I was just thinking, like, for example, like if I was trying to sell this card and a buyer was looking at it and he's like, oh, I see something on a corner, you know, can you tell me a little bit about it? Kind of feel like if I said, oh, the corner's 940 on the front and 960 on the back, like I wouldn't make that sale. It's really just overwhelming and kind of confusing. So next we're going to take a look at the surface area of this card on the slide itself. And I feel like I'm looking at longitude and latitude and coordinates in general just to see things. But you know, I know they're part of the card itself, but explain the longitude and latitude to me. I hated geography growing up as well. However, the beneficial part of this section is at least you kind of know what the flaw is and where it's located if you just click on that little link. So when you do click on the hyperlink, it takes you to like the negative image of your card, and it has a little glowing beacon of where the said flaw is. But it doesn't really show you what the flaw is because it's on a negative image and not the actual like image of your card. So when you click on the hyperlink, it actually takes you to the said flaw, but the problem I'm seeing is that there's a glowing beacon on it and it kind of hides where the flaw is, and depending on the severity of the flaw, you can see something or nothing at all. Like I clicked on this one, it said scratch, but here's the image. I honestly would rather have like a picture of the actual flaw on the actual photo of the card, not in negative image, because that's just not how cards are like looked upon and assessed. Anyways, next section, it does depict the card in its natural state again, but once again, you get a lot more numbers. I'm just kind of happy that these pictures are clear so I can just look at the corners and determine it myself. So despite all the fancy numbers and stuff like that, I can actually just look at the image and tell you that 3 of the 4 corners have significant wear on them. And I honestly don't think this card would gem with PSA, SGC, or BGS with 3 bad corners. Probably not even GMA if I'm being honest. So I got this picture, which is really cool that you can see that there's an indication that there's a scratch there. But the problem is when I change the filter back to its normal setting, the scratch is gone. Like, so you can't actually see it. Next section is the back corners. So same thing, you get the full color pictures of everything, which is cool. You can also see that there are flaws on 2 of the 4 corners based on their pictures alone. It even looks like there's a chunk missing from that top edge over there. Hey Tag, how did this card gem? I'm gonna crack this one out and send it to PSA and probably get an 8. So what is the point of having all of this data if it doesn't translate or correlate directly to the actual grade of the card? So the next section here is a picture of the top and bottom edges. So it's a nice clean picture and there's little markers that kind of indicate the flaws. And here's the right and left, same concept as far as where the images go. And finally, a very nice high definition picture of your card marketed right back to you. It also provides links directly to these pictures so that you can have for easy access whether you're listing them for sale yourself on eBay or whatnot. So I'm going to run through this Kenneth Walker. I really don't want to after that first one, but we're going to take a look anyway. So here's all the pictures. The Walker itself looks a little bit better. It does have a higher overall score. It says it's 970 on that scale as opposed to the 950 with Ichiro. However, even through the slab itself, I can see that there's quite a bit of scratches on the surface. The centering is off. So despite what, you know, the grading report kind of tells you, it is off both front and back. Corners are okay. There is one that's not looking too amazing, to be honest with you, but you know, here's the grading report. It tells you that it's pretty good. So it's like one of those things when I talk about with technology, and AI. There's a lot of companies coming out right now marketing this because they know that, you know, people have this sentiment that thinks that machines do things better. And granted, that might be true, but it depends on the amount of money you put into the program itself. Depends how accurate the program is. Depends how well these machines or lasers or whatever it may be, because different companies use different things. Depends how clearly that they can scan these photos of your cards. Because if it doesn't do a good job, it doesn't really matter anyway. But for the most part, I can tell you that Tag has a very nice presentation overall, whether it's their website, whether it's their slabs, whether it's the delivery of, like, in my opinion, it's useless data. But the delivery of data is very complex. If you like that kind of stuff, if you really care that, you know, the front right section, 1200 longitude, 3800 latitude is 994, and then one spot over is 992, even though you couldn't tell me the difference between the two numbers anyway. If you like that kind of stuff, it's good. Me, I just want to see the flaws. Me, I just want to understand why a grade is the way it is. Like, these numbers, unfortunately, don't explain anything. They really don't. They're, especially on a 1,000-point scale. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Like I said, though, overall presentation, these are great looking slabs. Probably one of the better looking ones, to be honest with you. The idea of having like a nice clear printed label on the top is very cool. But you know, you guys got to be careful as far as when you're looking at these. I'm actually going to crack both of these and send it to PSA so we can see what the results are. My guess is that the Walker has a good chance at a 10 still, but that Ichiro, I'd be surprised if it came back. I'd be surprised if it came back anything higher than an 8. So I'm gonna crack these out and we'll go from there. I'm gonna do another video here for another company. It's called AGS. I'll do that one coming up in a little bit. That one's got AI grading. They call it from I think they partnered with like Robo grading or whatever. But you guys, you know, like be careful out there. Like I said, there's companies popping up left and right still, even though the card market's kind of cooled down a little bit. But don't buy a gimmick. At the end of the day, I'm not saying Tag is a gimmick, but to me, it's not a company that I would personally use because I just don't understand the purpose of all the data, because it doesn't directly explain what's happening with my card. At least not to me. To some of you guys, it might, but to me, it's just a bunch of numbers at the end of the day. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free, leave a comment. What do you guys think about Tag? You know, after kind of looking at this, and then yeah, we'll do another one here soon. I appreciate you guys once again. Thank you for all the messages on Frosty Feet cards over on Instagram. I'll continue to answer what I can, and then I'll catch you guys again. Bye.